Hello, FC Tucker. Thank you for joining us for our second session in a three-part webinar series on Buyside. Buyside's here to help you capture more seller leads, win more listings, and close deals quicker. In today's session, we are going to show you how to win more listings using your buyer market analysis report. We also like to call it the BMA report. I'll start with a brief overview on what Buyside is, just a quick refresher as to what this tool can do for you, and then I'll take you live into your dashboard to show you how to create a BMA report for your next listing presentation. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you may recall, big data is not the future, it's the now. We don't want to be afraid of big data, we want to utilize it. Many people are utilizing big data in their businesses to grow their businesses and be more successful. What Buyside is here to do, we're here to help you leverage this data. This data that comes in and is available to you, we're here to help you leverage it, to help you capture more seller leads, win more listings, and close deals quicker. Like we mentioned in our first session, the challenge with utilizing data is that it's all fragmented. Many of you know that homeowners, or home buyers, I should say, are searching for their homes online. 96% of them start their search online. And when they start their search online, they're saving properties, they're saving searches, they're sharing those properties with their loved ones, their advisors, whomever it may be. And what we can do as real estate agents is we can start to take hold of this information, this data that's out there, and start to use it and leverage it to help educate our sellers and give them insight into what the buyer demand in the marketplace is. As we all know, to properly price any product or tool or service, you need to understand what both the supply and the demand end is in the marketplace. In real estate, we know that buyers are searching online. They're finding out what the supply is. They know what's on the market. Sellers, we give them insight into what's on the market when you generate a CMA report and run their comps. But have you ever been able to effectively sit down in a seller's living room and tell them that you truly know what the buyer demand is in the marketplace? And have you ever been able to produce a report to illustrate that to them and back up what it is that you're telling? What we do here at Buyside is we help generate those reports for you so that you can win over that seller and prove to them that you are the knowledge broker in your marketplace. So what we know at Buyside is that this data is out there, it's available to us, but it's all fragmented. We need to compile all of these online searches and all the different tools that a consumer would utilize to execute these searches so that we can help answer the two most important questions a seller has. Do you know what my home is worth, and do you have buyers for it? So what we do at Buyside is we help to aggregate this information. We take online searches for FC Tucker properties that are executed on Zillow, as well as your brokerage website. We take all of that information and we funnel it down into the three main benefits that I just mentioned. With capturing seller leads, we had mentioned in our first session, we help you do that utilizing a home valuation site. That home valuation site, if you remember, is a personally branded site to you. Each and every one of you get your own personal branded home valuation site. It's a tool for you to market in order to capture more seller leads. In today's session, we are going to focus on winning more listings. What happens when you get that lead and you have that listing appointment and you go and prepare for that listing appointment? You normally bring along your CMA, maybe your sold showcased or your testimonials, and probably some information about why you are the best agent for the job and why your company is the best brokerage to work with in the area. But what we're going to actually add to your arsenal is we are going to add a report that shows sellers what the real-time buyer demand is. So not only can they see what the supply of the market is, they can also see what the demand is so that they can best price their home. In our last session, we're going to cover how to close deals quicker. How can you be more effective with these products and services and tools? And how can you best serve your clients in your marketplace? So as a brief visual on what that home valuation site looks like, just a reminder, you can rewatch session 1 if you want to get a deep dive into how to access and how to navigate your home valuation site. But this is a quick view as to what a home valuation site would look like. You're answering, what is my home worth for that seller? providing them with an automated valuation model to give them a reference point of where their home could be priced at, and then delivering them a report that shows how many featured buyers could be a match for their home today. Now, this is a self-guided tour done by a consumer in the luxury of their own home. You are not there to explain this home valuation site because it's meant to capture that seller lead. Now, when we've captured that seller lead, you get a listing appointment. Once you get that listing appointment, you can win that listing every single time utilizing your buyer market analysis report. It's a high-resolution PDF that is generated. You can either print it or show it on a mobile device, as shown on my screen right now. It comes with a beautiful cover, your own personal branding, and delivers all of that useful information to a seller to help them properly price their home, showing them where and what buyers are searching for, as well as how many buyers are a direct match for their property. So I'm going to take you live into the system right now and show you what this looks like and how you can access that buyer market analysis report. So logging into your system, you're going to log into Buyside through the Okta platform. Hopefully every one of you knows how to enter Okta, and your username and password will get you inside that door. Once you get into Okta, you will see your dashboard. And on your dashboard, there will be a tab for work. Under work, we're going to have you go ahead and click on Buyside. Once you've clicked on Buyside, you will be entered into your Buyside platform. It is a single sign-on, so good news. You don't need to find another username and password, and remember that. You will get right into the system just by clicking the Buyside link. As we mentioned in our first session, we gave a brief overview of what your dashboard looks like and all of the features of this dashboard. In today's session, we're going to help you win that listing every time by showing you the buyer market analysis report. So we're going to head right to BMA. On your top navigation bar right here, you're going to click on BMA. This is a 60-second process for you to enter the property address, enter that subject property, and generate the report. It won't take you much more time to generate this report and prepare yourself for that listing presentation. So let's assume we're going to a listing at 5893 Forest Lane in Indianapolis. Once you type in the address, you'll notice that it auto-populates. As soon as you select the address that you want, it'll automatically take you to the next step. You have a choice to verify or edit any property details. This property is defaulting at a 3-bedroom, 3-bath based on public records. But if you know any additional information or improvements have been done on the property, you can absolutely modify that here in order to make sure your report is accurate. Simply click Next. Now you have an opportunity to have a discussion with your potential seller about the estimates for the property. Now, showing them this AVM, this automated valuation model tool, you're able to help dispel the myth that a computer can properly price their home. Every homeowner thinks that they know what's best for their home and they know what it should be priced at. How many of you have been on appointments where you walk in with a CMA and the house is valued in your CMA at $50,000 less than what the seller thinks it should be listed for? I'm sure we've all been in those boats. I myself, having been an agent in the Philadelphia marketplace, have had multiple occurrences where I've walked in with my CMA and the seller has lofty visions of what their home should be priced at. This is not a replacement for your CMA, but what this tool can do is it can help you overcome the objection that a seller may have from doing research online and feeling that they know the true value of their home. All sellers are primarily familiar with Zillow and the Zillow's estimate. So if you are looking to overcome the objection of what they've done online and the research that they've found, go ahead and type in and select a few of these estimates so that you can have that conversation and show them that a computer model cannot take the conversation to the next step. As you can see here, I've selected Zillow, home valuation, and e-appraisal. You have the option to select up to 3 valuations to be shown on your report. The reason why I'm showing e-appraisal is because it has a price down around $400,000, but Zillow has it up around $572 as an average price. You better believe that seller is going to be looking at that 606 right there because they want the most money out of their property as possible, out of their investment. So the nice part about putting these estimates up here is you can help speak to your seller and let them know that these valuation models are taking information, flat data, from the MLS, from public records, and trying to ascertain the true value of the home. But last time I checked, a computer does not have legs and cannot walk through the property. They cannot see that you've just updated the kitchen. They cannot see that this house has a beautiful water view, or that maybe one of the comps down the street was a complete rehab or a teardown. The computers are not that intelligent to weed out those outliers or to add in the extra value of your customer's property. So what we like to do is you can select all of these three up here, and if you'd like, you can override the estimate and type in your own estimate based on the CMA that you have produced, the one that you have done the research on. You'll simply click Next, and you'll get a range of featured buyers. Now, if you decide not to have the discussion about automated valuation models and the Zillow's estimates and all the like, then you can simply just not check any of those AVMs. But what this will show you now on the second page, regardless of whether you've chosen to show those estimated values, is you will now see a range of featured buyers. This is taking the lowest low and the highest high of those range in values. If you want to get closer to where your CMA is falling, you can move this slider and adjust those numbers. You can then generate the PDF. It takes about 60 seconds for you to type in the address, select your valuations, click Generate PDF, and while we compile the report, we're pulling in public data, all of the buyer data that is in the system. Buyer data meaning buyers that are actively working with agents inside your company right now, as well as buyers who are just simply searching for properties online. Once all of that has been compiled, you can either click View Report or select the report that is downloaded in your window. Depending on how you've set up your web browser would depend on where your report would go. You'll notice on the cover of your report, it has the FC Tucker branding, it has the property address, and your personal information. Now, I'm logged in as Joe Broker today. He's our test agent, and you can see his headshot and contact information is off to the side. Each page references the property address as well as includes each and every one of your own personal branding information. The second page talks about why list with FC Tucker and Company. Some great talking points as to why you are the best brokerage in the market. The next page will show those real-time valuations that you selected. I selected Zillow, Home Valuation, and ePraisal.com so that I could easily speak with this seller and say, listen, Mr. Seller, I know your home should be priced around 600 or so you think. These values are coming in around 400 to 572. Let me show you my CMA and let's talk about the details about the comps that have recently sold in the market. And I'll also show you what's also on the market that you would be in competition with today. But before we do that, Mr. Seller, let me show you what the real-time buyer demand is. This BMA report will show that buyer heat map as we've seen on the home valuation site. It operates similarly to a weather map, showing where buyers are searching and what they're searching for. The darker the color, the more intense the online activity. The lighter the color, the less intense the online search activity is for homes in that area. As we scroll down, you'll see in the next page, this shows the online activity within the last 90 days. And just like we saw on our home valuation site, it starts with all online activities inside the FC Tucker network. How many people are searching for properties and FC Tucker listings on Zillow and your brokerage website? Then it drills down to get very specific to that individual seller. We want to let them know how many online activities actually happened within a 5-mile radius of their home. How many online activities happened within a 5-mile radius and within the home's price range. And then lastly, we show how many online activities within a 5-mile radius within the home's price range looking for a 3-bedroom. We then break it down by bedroom and by price range, showing that seller what the most actively searched bedroom count is for properties in the area, as well as the most active price ranges in the area. The last page is the really wonderful information that you can truly share with your seller and win them over, showing them that there are 77 potential buyers actively searching for a home similar to theirs that are currently working with FC Tucker agents right now is a great way to prove that you are a thought leader in your marketplace and that you personally are a knowledge broker and truly understand your market. Again, every page has your branding and your personal information on it so that you'll be able to stay top of mind. Jumping back into the Buyside system, I'm going to show you your dashboard again, and I'm going to take you back through to how to access the BMA, just to give you another refresher of how to get to this report very quickly. So when you're on your Okta dashboard, you're going to simply click Buyside. Once you're in Buyside, you'll single sign on, you'll click on BMA, and simply type in the address. If you would like some more information on how to create a BMA and how to leverage this, you can watch this video inside the dashboard that explains how to dominate the listing presentation every time. Also, as a quick reminder, we have our wonderful Help Center up at the top if you hover over your name and click on Help. We have great resources for you to see how to generate a BMA and how to talk about it on a listing presentation. So if you simply type in BMA, you'll have an article on how to compare a BMA versus a CMA. What is it? How do I create one? And you can take a look at our fabulous user guide. This user guide will not only show you how to create one, but we also give you tips and tricks on how to present this with a script or how to leverage this in different opportunities. I would encourage you to also take a look at your Buyside Tucker Toolbox. On your Tucker Toolbox, you'll be able to access a multitude of resources for Buyside, information on what it is, how to access, and all of the training resources that we have provided. We hope that you enjoyed the session today. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at support@getbuyside.com. And we would also love to see you on our Buyside Insiders group, which is buysideinsiders.com. And I'll show you what this looks like very quickly. There we go. So buysideinsiders.com is how you can join us on Facebook. You can also network with agents across the country and learn how they are leveraging not only Buyside as a whole, but also how they utilize the BMA report. There are many great tips and tricks out there, not just simply taking this BMA on your listing presentation, but also utilizing it to work with for sale by owners and make me move sellers, as well as how to leverage this at an open house. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you have a wonderful day.